This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. Hi there, folks, and welcome to the Gilmore, the Gilmerrier.
That's right.
It's a spin-off podcast of sorts.
Yeah.
Brought to you by us at TV Tuners, and funded by charitable people over at Buy Me a Coffee. You could
Correct.
say. I'm your host.
Charity?
Well, the people are giving us the money, which is a sort of charity.
We're giving them a product.
Yeah, we're the we're the ones who are paying here with our time.
It's true, yeah. Anyway, as always, I'm your host, Swanson, joined by my co-host and guy who doesn't really want to look at the patients in the hospital, Stairmaster.
This is a cooked product.
Oh no, I'm being reminded of my own mortality. I hate it here.
Don't we all?
Yes.
And with us, as always, of course, is our other co-host and grieving mother, Keo Rain.
Rest in peace. This is tragic.
Damn.
Yeah, that is what you say.
I hate it when my family dies.
Chris Benoit, 2008.
Who could have done this?
Many are saying this.
Yeah. So yes, welcome to the Gilmore Girls podcast. I am your host, Swanson. These are my friends.
Yes.
We're talking about Gilmore Girls.
Mm-hmm.
For another round. We're back because it's it's the holiday season, and this is essentially a holiday episode. Although they don't really they mention it on the peripheral, but the episode itself doesn't really deal with specific holiday themes other than wouldn't it suck if you died?
Yeah, we don't see like the Star of Bethlehem appear over them or like Santa Claus's silhouette at the end.
I'm just thinking about how much I would have liked to see him beat up other characters in sitcoms when he shows up. Like, imagine Santa Claus beating up Steve Urkel.
Oh. No, that'd be very fucked up. Why did you have to pick a black guy?
Well, I was thinking Tim Allen too, but Steve Urkel is very annoying.
Why not?
Yeah, he's kind of a pest.
Why not
he
Raymond
harasses women
or Coach McGurk?
Well, Santa beating up Coach McGurk is just sad.
No, it's justified.
Yeah, probably. Well, so you call yourself Santa, huh? Well, let's see it, big boy. What do you got in that bag? And he pulls out a bat and beats Coach McGurk with it.
Yeah.
I could see
it. It just fades away while the theme song plays. Bow, dow, 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 dow.
Now, Stair is on to something, though, because the idea of Santa Claus beating the shit out of Raymond from Everybody Loves Raymond is funny. As he's reaching out to his wife, he's just like, Deborah!
Deborah! Oh!
His brother is there, just being like, you get what you deserve, Raymond.
I don't think I ever watched
yeah, we haven't,
program.
And we never will.
Yeah, I don't know if I would subject us to that for a TV Tuners episode.
Or maybe Santa could beat up Chandler.
Yeah. Could I be getting my ass any more kicked?
And then Tank Abbott shows up to join in on the beatdown.
Yeah, he also beats up Joey, too. I think that's what actually happens in the episode.
I think so, too.
Anyway, but we're here.
Okay, I have one more concept here that I want you guys to kind of chew on. I don't want you to comment on this. I want you to acknowledge that I said it and then move on.
Okay.
So you don't want us to chew on it, actually?
Well, he wants us to metaphorically chew on it.
Okay.
Yeah. You can talk about it later, just not on the podcast. I don't want you to acknowledge it at all. Just
you
accept
don't want
that I
to
said
acknowledge it.
No, I want you to say that, yes, thank you for that comment, and then move on.
I thought you were asking us to acknowledge it.
Acknowledge that I said it.
Yeah,
yes. Right. Okay. So, they're out there in the wasteland, and Santa Claus
Who's they?
touches down.
Yeah, I was trying not to ask a question because Keo obviously doesn't want this, but who is they?
Can you please just let me speak?
Who is they?
Well, I'm going to explain who they is.
All right, okay.
They've got the elite squad of all the sitcom protagonists, and they've shown up to fight Santa Claus as a team. And so they're all there. They got all your sitcom people. They got
Bill Cosby,
the strongest friend from Friends. Yeah, Bill Cosby's there.
Strongest friend, of course, Ross.
Yeah. So
they got Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson's there. So all your favorites are there, and they're facing off against Santa Claus, but he's just too strong.
He's like Jiren.
Keo, I acknowledge that you said this.
Yeah, that's certainly an idea.
All right, well, welcome to the podcast. If you like what you're hearing so far, of course, thank you for doing so. Thank you for liking it. This is an episode brought to you by buymeacoffee.com. Someone wanted us to watch 5 extra episodes of Gilmore Girls, and this one just happened to be the Christmas one. So we're here near the holiday season to talk about Gilmore Girls once again. And listen, if you have something that you want us to watch, an episode of a show, maybe a movie, really any topic that you think would be fun for us to discuss for a length of time, well, all you gotta do is go over to buymeacoffee.com/TVTuners, and a single coffee will get you anything for us to discuss, an episode on that. You could be like the madman who bought us 10 coffees so we could watch the entirety of now canceled Netflix show Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, what's her name?
Got canceled that fast?
Yeah, they didn't even wait a month to cancel that bad boy. That's pretty funny, I think.
Wasn't it like a week or two?
I think it's been 2.5. I think it was like 2.5, 3 weeks when they canceled it. So they didn't wait long at all. But thank you for that. I'm sure we'll have a great time watching that in like February when no one cares anymore.
Of 2025.
Yeah. Jeff Pop, right? That's his name?
Yes, Jeff Pop.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Jeff Soda?
Yeah, that's what they call him in other parts of the country, yeah.
Yeah, my part of the country.
Yeah, they call him Jeff Soda. And when you get like way into the South, they call him Jeff Soda Pop.
Wasn't Jeff Pop that guy Joe Biden menaced with a chain at the pool?
He's on Twitter. He could tell us.
Is that the story? His name was Corn Pop.
That's a joke, Keo.
His full name is Jeff Corn Pop. Anyway, thank you for the lovely submission. And of course, as always, if you want to communicate with us, if you have like a question, comment, foresight, otherwise, well, you can send them to us at our email address. And we'll read them aloud here on the podcast. That email address is
who would do that?
tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kioran?
TVTuners something Gmail.
Who cares?
Yeah.
That's right. And outside of that, there is another way you can communicate with us if you're a depraved individual. We're available on noted shit site twitter.com.
The hell
I
site.
thought that was a good website that you guys use all the time.
I do.
Yeah, it's a great website to be on if you're depressed.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would say steer clear.
I'm not going to ask any questions about why you guys are on there still.
But TV Tuners is on there because it is also a good website to promote things, apparently. And that's what we love doing. We love promoting and talking about television, and that's what you'll find on the @TV Tuners page. We've got a group of one intern, I think. He's doing a lot of work there. And he also scours around the Twitter space looking for the tweet of the week. And he's got a doozy. Is that right?
Yeah. So I wanted to announce something real quick. I found out that the remaining intern is a police officer undercover investigating us.
Oh, no.
What are we going to do about that?
This is the worst possible moment you could have revealed that.
Yeah, I hope this tweet isn't like incriminating evidence.
I also hope you edit that out, Swanson. Because we're going to have to deal with this.
Well, as you know, I'm famous for never editing anything out of the podcast, so it's probably going to stay in here.
Well, we get that figured out. This tweet comes from Dogshit Bug Spray, who
name.
Posted a forums post, which is accompanied by a photo of a man in this doing this like Buzz Lightyear hands on the hip, arms out pose. He's in a black jacket and black pants, and the text says, "My BF sent me a photo of himself, and he looks gay AF. The way he poses and dresses, I can't get it out of my mind. It is sickening. I dreamt I killed him and set his body on fire." And it got 26 replies.
So, so one of the things that you left out, of course, is that his face is blanked.
Oh, well, yes.
To protect his identity. To make sure that we don't know what this gay AF individual looks like. Anyway.
Well, we know he's white. We can see his hands sticking out of his pockets.
Yeah.
Oh, correction. His hands aren't on his hips. He's putting them in his jacket pockets. But he's still got his arms.
He looks really happy and confident in this picture.
Yeah, which is all the more worse because of the reaction it receives
from his trusted loved one.
Yes. Who is
I'm gonna say is this actually a girlfriend posting
Well, it
this?
could be another boyfriend.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, okay, why would a boyfriend complain that he looks gay, though?
Gay can mean multiple things.
Yeah, what if he's just, like, mad that he's the one who looks, like, especially gay?
I guess, like...
Okay, let's assume it's a woman.
Uh-huh.
Since we're experts in the female psyche.
Mm.
Okay,
go on.
Yeah.
Why do you think a woman would never think this, Keo?
I'm just thinking that, like, who would date someone if they are disgusted by their mannerisms?
Well, maybe he gives real good head. Have you ever considered that?
Yeah.
How could you get that? How could he get that far if he was that disgusting?
Well, you don't have to look. The nice thing about that is you
he's
don't have
not
to look
doing
at
that
somebody.
pose the whole time, Keo.
Well, he might. We don't know.
I feel like if he did that
pose... That's the first time he ever did the pose, and she just saw the picture.
It's
and was just so
I've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, like he came into the house and was like, "Get a load of this. Get a load of this." And that was the end. He's probably dead now.
Yeah. We do not know when this was posted. Oh, did you notice that there's a little patch on his arm that's blurred out? I wonder if he's a police officer or something.
Oh, then he would definitely not like looking gay AF.
This is upsetting. I don't like this.
Yeah, tune out.
Tune out.
Well, maybe tune in if you read the blurb again and think about it as Tommy Lee Jones at the end of No Country for Old Men.
Wait, Tommy Lee Jones is saying this?
At the very end of No Country for Old Men, yeah.
I had a dream last night. I saw my dad, even though I'm older than he was when he died.
He looked gay AF.
The way he was standing. Pretty sus.
I dreamt I killed him and set his body on fire.
And I walked on by. Fade the black.
Yeah, that's an Oscar-winning movie right there. Anyway, yeah, tune out. Get rid of it. It's good, but it's not what I want to think about.
Yeah.
Which one of us is most likely to be immolated by our significant other, do you think, of us three?
You?
Yeah, me.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm glad we settled that one quick.
No debate.
She would find out about like your Gundam obsession and just kill you right there. somehow like finding out weeks later after dating you and then killing you.
She'd make sure to do it while saying to like see you in hell or whatever.
My BF's always wearing this weird mask and style helm during sex. He looks gay as fuck. I'm gonna chop him into 7 pieces.
You should have went with the sunglasses.
The glasses stay on during sex.
Chart definitely said that at some point.
I don't think he was getting it at all during the group's conflict.
Yeah, correct. All right. Well, thank you for that submission, intern, who is a police officer, I guess. Maybe he's the police officer in that photo. If that is, in fact, the police officer.
I would have to take a look and see how he's standing. If he's still standing.
Yes. Well,
I think he's out of chair now for his intern work, so.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You gotta sit down to do intern work.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Well, I have another question. One that we ask every week. What'd you guys watch this week? Anything fun? Interesting?
I've been watching Def Comedy Jam, hosted by Martin Lawrence.
Is it funny?
Well, I got one question for you.
Okay.
How many of y'all like sex?
Woo!
Yeah,
I think it's good.
They know. My man laughing because he know.
What if the crowd booed?
I think that would just stop the show right there. Martin Lawrence would come out and be like, y'all, that's not okay. That's not okay what you just did right there.
I thought you were just saying the show would just like, just the episode is over.
Yeah, they just have the guys come out and break dance.
The credits.
No explanation.
I'm thinking that it's just like over, like the clip is done, like it doesn't even fade to black. It's just like the video ends.
And it's never like, the show's never shown again.
Well, that would have been very short since that guy asked that question like episode 4.
So is this like something on Amazon?
This is HBO. This was from the 90s.
No, I'm just wondering where you found it and why you're watching it.
Oh, it's on Amazon currently, like all 7 seasons.
And it's good?
Yes, it's good. It's weird, though. It's like 30 minutes, which is I feel is a strange runtime for a comedy program.
Well, if you got a tight 5, you can squeeze like 6 people into that.
They usually got 4. Martin Lawrence opens and closes the show, and
oh, yeah.
I guess that makes sense, now that you say that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Def, it's Jam, it's comedy.
Yes.
It's got all the elements?
Yeah, it's got everything. It's got Martin Lawrence roasting people in the audience. Sometimes it's some random dude. Sometimes it's Wesley Snipes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, people in the 90s were really obsessed with eating out women.
Unlike people today.
Yeah. Well, nowadays it's about eating out. It's about eating ass.
Yeah.
Even then, that's also a little trite now.
We've moved back to front.
Yeah.
Or front to back.
But never go back to front to back.
No, this is a recipe for disaster. What else? Anything else?
I watched Drug War, directed by Johnny Toe, from 2012.
Is there a drug war?
Yes.
Oh. How's that go?
Very poorly for everyone involved.
Sounds like a drug war.
It's sort of like No Country for Old Men, but it demystifies Hong Kong heroic bloodshed thrillers instead of, what No Country for Old Men was demystifying. Yeah. And I think it might have one of the best cinematic shootouts of all time.
Oh. High praise.
Yeah.
All right.
Like if you like Heat, you got to see this for the shootout.
All right. I'm going to add that to my list.
It's on Amazon Prime, by the way.
Little Amazon boy over here watching all the Amazon things.
Giving Bezos all the big money.
Well, yeah, I like to watch it on my tablet while lying in bed.
Yeah.
Turn the lights out and I pretend I'm in the movies.
Sometimes I feel like Stairmaster is like a Benjamin Button sort of guy where he's really like 80 years old.
I feel like I'm 80 years old. I feel like the past couple of years have gone by like a century.
Yeah, you're just like, it feels like you're just aging in reverse to us. Anything else there?
No.
Alright.
Those are the important ones.
This week I watched the Steven Spielberg version of West Side Story. Just came out, I watched it. Because it was good, surprisingly.
Why did he do this?
The reasons, for what I can ascertain, he is a big fan of the original musical, not the movie. And also, it's his first musical, so I guess he decided he wanted to do something big.
Alright, so, it's good?
Yeah. Kicks ass, actually. It's not, like, great. Like, it's not, like, the greatest thing I've ever watched or whatever, but it's a good movie. It's way better than it had any right to be. They do a good job of remaking the material. Whoever the screenwriter was did a really good job. Also, it definitely beats the original movie because the Puerto Ricans are actually Puerto Ricans.
Oh.
So that helps. It's not just tan white guys.
Not just guys in blackface.
Yeah. It's not just like some tan white guys that they were like, grease up your hair a little bit. So that's good. Other than that, I don't think I really had anything else. I would say tune in on that, by the way. Oh, I guess I'll give a shout out. The reason I saw this movie in theaters is because my girlfriend's mother was the voice coach of one of the people on the Jets, the gang. He had a pretty prominent role, so that's cool, I guess.
You mean those guys that hang out with Benny?
Yeah, that's right. The guy who was playing his name escapes me right now, but his name was Big Deal in the show, and he seemed like it because compared to everyone else, he was very tall and jacked. He actually looked like he could be in a gang a little bit.
Oh, what is that?
I could imagine a gang member.
Imagine a gang member. Now imagine this guy. That's what he looked like.
12 feet tall. That's pretty huge.
I imagine like a guy with curly blonde hair, and he's got like a purple suit on, and the suit is like got like this exposed chest portion that's shaped sort of like a heart. It shows off his male cleavage.
Actually, that was exactly what he was wearing.
Okay, does he have like a little man who he's like
a little man,
like a
little man who's hovering behind him? He can make plants grow when he punches things.
Yeah, and he makes like a homoerotic pose with.
There is a little man who is near him for a lot of the runtime, but I don't believe there's any plants being made.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's it for me. I assume Kyo has nothing.
No, I didn't watch anything.
Alright, lazy boy Kyo, just hanging out, just chilling.
That's what I do all day.
Yeah, you just sit there and sleep. You sit in your chair and you sleep.
I think Kyo lives a rich interior life and just hates talking to us.
Very possible.
Yeah. I'm always down at the church doing church stuff.
Yeah, Kyo gives back to the community.
Church stuff.
So you know what I mean by church stuff. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, stealing money from the church.
I mean,
begging God for forgiveness. That's what Kyo meant.
Yeah, that's what we call praying.
God forgive me, for I am gay AF.
Yeah, and he does not forgive me, so I, you know what I do.
You just keep living your life.
Yeah, at the church.
Sounds healthy, bud.
It is. I'm really happy.
So I'm bringing back a segment from the original, the regular show that we don't really do in the Gilmore section, but I figure why not? It 'tis the season, and also it's something we're interested in. It's Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Kyorain.
Hit the theme, Stairmaster.
Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn, you may never find your way.
Wow.
Good stuff.
I'm being serenaded right now.
So we watched the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles. And Knuckles is here, sort of, at the end. And now we're going to talk about this
he's not
movie.
Completely there at the end?
I mean, he's there. It's just that he's not there all the time in the trailer. Yeah, they save him for the end.
Yeah, you gotta have something that people talk about at the end of the trailer.
Yeah. Because they're definitely not going to talk about, like, whatever James Marsden's doing in this.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with James Marsden in this one. Are they just going to kill him off? Because they can't have him and Tails. They serve the same role.
Do they?
I mean, they're both, like, supposed to be Sonic straight man, aren't they?
Is that what Tails is?
I don't know. Tails can be
Tails
a lot...
is, like, a smart boy.
Yeah, but so's James Marsden.
James Marsden is also decidedly not as smart, I don't think,
but
as a kid.
He imparts knowledge.
Yeah.
He imparts knowledge onto Sonic.
He's like a father figure to Sonic. It's not like Tails at all.
Yeah, Tails does not really impart knowledge on the Sonic. He puts up with Sonic's obliviousness.
And he tells him how machines work and Sonic doesn't care.
Yeah, Sonic's like, whatever. Too busy.
Gotta run. Try to keep up.
Yeah, James Marsden does only show up for a single scene in this trailer, which does not bode well for his screen time on this sequel.
Oh, he'll be fine. Those Sonic royalties must be something.
Yeah, I bet. Anytime you mention the restaurant Sonic, by the way, they get a cut.
Oh.
That's how it works.
That's crazy.
Oh, they're definitely going to mention that restaurant in this film, I think.
Why?
Because
they have chili dogs.
Advertising synergy.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah.
They're finally going to do it? They're going to, like, confuse everyone?
Yes!
Well, Keo, they make chili dogs for a reason, alright?
Yeah, they're going to have a scene where Sonic's like, wow! A restaurant named after me! And he eats it, and it's like, wow, this is really good! and
listen,
cheap!
I don't think they're going to do that because it's going to confuse consumers.
No, they should do it. And it would be good, actually, if they did it.
It would be good, and I think they should do it.
It would be based.
I would immediately give the movie like the biggest tune-in possible.
I think they're supposed to do that.
They're not. What do you mean they're not supposed to do that? Who made that rule?
Okay, so
there's rules in this
did
world
God
that we have to
tell you
follow.
this at church?
We have two unrelated products. One of them is a fast food chain. The other one's a video game, and like they're trademarked separately. You typically don't want to like relate them some way when there's not any relation between them.
Yeah, but what if there's money to be made?
Yeah, I mean, nobody's talking about the restaurant Sonic. They really need a boost to their visibility. I think this is the perfect avenue.
Yeah, you remember those Sonic commercials where it was like the two guys in the car and they would make bad jokes? What if it was Sonic and James Marsden in the car?
Or Sonic and Knuckles.
And these firms are very unlikely to want to do that because imagine there's a bad Sonic game that comes out and the Sonic fast food chain suffers because of it.
I'm imagining like the scene of like Stringer Bell from The Wire at his basic economy classes. And like that's on the board. Sonic plus Sonic equals no. And he's just intently writing that down.
Okay, here's the question though. They've had like how many decades to make this partnership and they didn't do it? Why do you think that is?
Well, Sonic hasn't been... I feel like, honestly, since the first movie came out, Sonic has actually been more popular than he's been since we were kids.
Listen, Avon, we can't mix up crack cocaine with just crack. We need to distinguish the brands.
Wait, what is crack?
Crack is like synthesized cocaine, I think. I don't know.
There's just a regular just crack, like it doesn't have
Zero cocaine in it.
I don't know.
New crack with no cocaine.
Someone who has smoked crack, explain this to me.
Yeah.
Okay, according to Wikipedia, crack cocaine is a freebase form of cocaine.
Okay. I'm pretty sure crack cocaine is the same thing as crack. I think just one of them is less words in it.
Everything I learned about crack cocaine comes from that one McGruff the Crime Dog song that I showed you guys.
Everything I learned about crack cocaine, I learned from watching you.
Wow, I do love it. And cherish it.
Well, at least you have a steady supply of it, so you don't have to, resort to any shenanigans to get your hands on more of it, Swanson.
I don't know, that was just what came to mind when I was trying to make the joke, okay?
Now...
I thought for a second that you knew something I didn't, and there was actually
No, I don't know anything.
Known as crack just by itself, just no cocaine.
Now, Stare did mention Stringer Bell, and that's a good tie-in, because Idris Elba is here as Knuckles.
Oh, and he's having the time of his life, apparently.
Yeah. This is a good time to bring up the fact that there was an interview where someone mentioned if Idris Elba was trying to be sexy when voicing Knuckles, and he was bewildered by the statement.
But they're yes.
He sounds kind of sinister. This is the most sinister Knuckles voice they've ever come out with, I think.
It's true. I can't wait for the third movie where they make him a big old doofus.
Well, that's the good thing about Idris Elba is he's got a ton of range.
It's true, yeah.
They bring in Sonic Boom Knuckles for the third movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, but, they rip off into the Spider-Verse? Into the Hedgeverse? Where Sonic is just meeting other versions of himself?
Who don't really look that much different.
One of them is voiced by Jaheel White. They bring back Ryan Drummond.
Yeah, Jaheel White, who can't do the voice anymore.
Oh, the Sonic Adventure Sonic, his mouth movements do not make any sense whatsoever.
Perfect. But yeah, the trailer's pretty standard stuff. Tails is there. He's like, "Hey, I'm your friend now, Sonic," and he's like, "Okay." Sonic's making quips. At one point, he throws a missile at somebody and says, "Return to sender."
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jim Carrey in this. He's got a more Robotnik appropriate mustache.
He's got the Master Emerald.
He stole the emerald from, I guess, Obama.
Obama had the Master Emerald?
Well, it looks like the Master Emerald, judging by the size.
Well, yeah, it's the Master Emerald. It must be, but where are the Chaos Emeralds? Are they gonna be in this movie, Stare?
I don't think so, because that's 7, and that's a lot of emeralds for a 2-hour movie.
I think you saved that for Sonic and Knuckles, which is what the third one should be called.
Are they gonna be friends by then?
They'll have to team up to fight Metal Sonic in the third one if the filmmakers have any idea what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't throw Shadow into the third one. That's a bad idea.
No, you save it for the fourth one when you're out of ideas.
Yeah. Just like the games. Anyway, yeah, the trailer looked fine. It looks like it's going to be a fun movie. That's it. Really. Knuckles is there, and it's pretty cool when he punches Sonic into the ground.
I wonder if he's going to go Supersonic at the end of this.
With the Master Emerald?
I mean, Metal Sonic did it.
Sonic's been never shown to have this capability.
You're right.
Keel will be very mad in the theater if this happens.
I feel like Sega's like, no, they can't have him. He's got to use all 7 or we are cutting our permission for this project.
Yeah, Sega's very careful with continuity when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Very careful. That's why you can easily draw a coherent timeline through the games.
It's true, yeah. Which is why it's so adaptable to a movie.
There's a setting for the Sonic series.
When's Mighty going to show up?
Probably like Sonic the Hedgehog 8.
Oh, here you go again with Mighty.
He's cool.
My name's Mighty. That means I'm strong.
Anyway, yeah, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say tune in on this trailer.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Oh my god, what if they have Jim Carrey get in Big Arm and menace Sonic with that? That'd be cool.
Only if they play the music.
Yeah.
But they won't, because they didn't do it in the first movie either. They didn't play any music from the games.
They couldn't afford the rights.
does that work?
Sega messed up the deal they had with Michael Jackson. Somehow his family's estate got all the songs from Sonic.
even like the ones from Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
And they have like the Dreams Come True guys hostage.
Yes. One wrong move and they'll get like ISIS beheaded.
A shocking video came from the Jackson family today. All right.
Terrifying stuff.
Well, we can wait no further. We watched an episode of Gilmore Girls, and now it's time for us to discuss it.
Yeah, there was no Sonic in this episode.
No. It would have been cool if he sort of just, like, flew by.
Does Sonic make any appearances in this series at all? Like, is anybody, like on Breaking Bad, just playing a Sonic video game?
There's like
background?
5 seasons of this show, so he has to show up at least once.
There's more than... Stare, I have bad news for you. There's more than 5.
Well, that's
How
bad
many are there?
news, like,
12?
as a whole, but not for my argument.
26?
There's... well, let's have you guys guess. Why not? How many seasons do you think there are of this show?
I think there's 12 seasons.
I think there's 7.
Stare is correct. There's 7, and then technically there's a Netflix revival, but it was a miniseries, so I don't know if you want to count that. Anyway, so yeah, we're here on episode 10 of the Gilmore Girls. Forgiveness and stuff. It's a Christmas episode of sorts. It's previously on Gilmore Girls. It takes place pretty close after the last one. There was a big old blow up between all 3 of the titular girls, and they're not speaking with each other. Well,
Wait.
I mean, Rory and your grandma are talking, but no one else is.
Wait, is Lori's mom one of the titular Gilmore Girls?
I guess. I don't think she's like the one of the titular. I think the Gilmore Girls in the title are the 2
Yeah,
main characters.
because her name doesn't rhyme. She can't be one of them.
Or you mean the same name, Lorelai?
Oh, yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
is she Lorelai Jr.?
No, they're just both. Remember, they both have the same name. They're just not a
that's weird.
junior. They just have
That's
the same
weird.
name. It's very weird. Yeah.
Junior's a man thing that's for men only, like, as we've discussed.
Yeah, we talked about how that's kind of fucked up, I believe. So we open up with they're getting ready for the Christmas pageant or whatever the hell they do in this place, and they need a new baby Jesus. But this is actually a nice metaphor for sort of how most of our country is run, which is that, hey, this thing's been around since like 1968 and it's kind of busted, and they're like, well, it's tradition.
True.
Even
And
if
then you just have to live with it.
And even if they wanted to replace that baby Jesus, they wouldn't know how.
Exactly.
True.
And so they keep with the one-armed baby Jesus because a
And
dog stole the other arm.
And realistically speaking, in this metaphor, if they did try to replace it, it would probably get like a blackface Jesus by mistake.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be a very different episode of the show. Not bad. I'm not saying it'd be bad. It's just a different episode.
Stars Hollow gets canceled by the rest of the country. It's like that one Batman comic where Gotham just walled off.
I got bad news for you, though. It was 2000, so they wouldn't have been canceled. People would have loved it.
Yeah, Jon Stewart would be like, that's crazy.
Michael Richards would have stood up and said he approved.
He just stands up applauding.
At his TV?
That's Kramer.
Would he be there in the town, or would he be watching like the news and clapping?
Yes, the last one. He'd be watching the news, like he'd look up from a paper as he heard it on the news, and he would just stand up clapping.
Okay.
So yeah, as we see Lorelai and Rory doing various things for the pageant, they don't look at each other or communicate because they're not talking. They're having a tiff, a no discussion zone in their house, as it were.
True. Many are saying this, including me.
But not them, because they're not talking.
That's right.
Well, they're talking, but not to each other, so they are saying it.
Yeah, they are talking to other people. They actually do say it a couple times to other people who aren't each other. So Lorelai gets invited to the annual Christmas dinner that her mom throws. And well, she gets immediately uninvited because she's busy and can't like immediately come, and her mom is mad at her, and she's mad at her mom, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So she gets left out of the Christmas dinner, which is like, I guess, the one time of year she actually wants to be at her parents because they have good food. I guess they don't have good food the rest of the time. It's exquisite food this time.
There's one particular item she's interested in here.
Yeah, she wants an apple tart, which, I mean, it does sound good. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know if I would. I wouldn't like want to put up with like a bunch of old rich people to eat one.
I don't know.
I think you should eat the rich, IMO.
Well, yeah, but I don't think anyone's making a rich person into an apple tart.
Yet.
Yeah.
At least not there, at that location.
Yeah, certainly not in Stars Hollow, Connecticut. So Rory goes by herself. Also, there's a scene that I would have watched an entire episode of Miguel ordering the guy to put different ornaments in different places on the tree. Just ordering some guy to do it. And he watches and commands him.
Yeah, I could have watched that all day. I agree.
Like if that was the whole episode, I would have been Michael Richards. I would have been standing up and applauding at my screen. And it would be the only time I would be like Michael Richards, by the way.
Like, how far into this would you have started clapping? Like, how many minutes before you would realize that's the whole episode and start clapping?
If it went on for 3 minutes and was still going on with no signs of stopping, I'm clapping, and I'm clapping for 5 whole minutes.
I think it would take me like half an hour before I realize that's the whole episode.
So the whole episode? It'd take you the whole episode.
It's more than half an hour long.
I guess it's like it's like more like 45 minutes. So I guess yeah.
Yeah, so most of the episode, and then I realized like this isn't stopping, and I just start hooting and hollering.
Yeah. Now Stare.
Yes. Hello.
There was a shout out to you in this episode.
Yeah, I was hoping we wouldn't talk about that.
You didn't want to talk about the direct callback to Stairmaster, something that almost never gets mentioned on things we watch, because most of the things we watch are not dated. Yeah. I think nowadays, if people think of Stairmaster, they think of you and not the exercise equipment.
Yes, this is like a Sonic at Sonic situation you're doing right now, Swanson. You're ruining my brand.
Well, now you finally understand what Keo was saying.
You're right.
Yeah, because Stare's brand is no exercise, which jives poorly with the exercise machine.
Yeah, let's call you Lounge Master.
Let's call me Total Jim.
That has like the same problem.
That's like it's actually even more intense. Is the thing.
Let's call me Massage Master.
Lounge Master is a good name for like a chair. I would get a Lounge Master.
I guess it probably is, honestly, but
nope. There is someone on SoundCloud named Lounge Master.
I hope he has like really good, or she, I don't know, has really good music.
Yeah.
Recent by Lounge Master. Wonderful chill out music. Lounge Mix by Lounge Master.
All right, so he's got a brand of his own that he's sort of following that you probably don't want to.
And his name is Dejan Jovisev. He's from Skopje, North Macedonia.
All right, let's get this Lounge Master on the pod.
Yeah, let's get this lounge individual. We'll find out if he's a master.
Oh my god, this mix is an hour and 15 minutes long.
Perfect for lounging.
Well, you think you could chill out for just like a few minutes?
Yeah, it's an hour process to lounge there.
Yeah.
Who's lounging for a couple minutes?
Is lounge music for lounging, or is it for like something else that I'm not aware of, and it's like a euphemism?
Sex? Is that what you mean?
I think it's literally just for lounging.
Yeah. It's very lethargic music. I don't think you want to play it when you're getting down.
Okay.
So yeah, Lorelai's by herself. She's hassling the delivery guy because her pizza will not arrive. That's not good. Don't do that. Even if you're having funny banter with the delivery guy about the lateness of your pizza, that's not good. And then she does something horrific. I don't know if you guys saw this, but she takes a bag of lettuce, opens it, and then just dumps some ranch in there, and then like shakes it about.
Ranch up.
She's got. It's true. Yeah, she's getting some ranch.
Is there a problem?
I don't know. I think maybe I don't have a problem with lettuce and ranch as a combo. I think it was more of the sadness of the meal put together, and then also the amount of ranch that she seemed to dump into there.
Okay, well, I have a comment for that. Not a meal, and also, what's the problem?
Not a meal. Not a meal. I mean, she could eat it. She is eating it before she's interrupted.
But it's not a meal. It's just like, I guess it's food, but not a meal.
I guess true. It's like what she's waiting, when she is waiting for her meal, what she's eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So an appetizer.
Yeah, and it's good.
Yeah, you've done this a lot?
Doing it right now.
Oh, God. So she's interrupted by Dean, who is knocking on Rory's window. Rory is not there, so they have a conversation. A sort of tense conversation, but she's not mad at Dean, I guess.
I'm shocked.
She forgives Dean before she forgives her daughter, which is funny.
If I was Lorelai, I would not let him into the house after knocking on the window like that. Like, at least use the front door. Come on.
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she says at the end.
Yeah, but he should have figured that out himself. He should have figured that out himself, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, he didn't want to confront her, or be confronted by her, so that's why he was doing that. And then he did it anyway. So back at the Christmas party, they have like a good old time there.
Lorelai's dad really hates its boss, or soon-to-be boss.
Yeah, something like that.
That's this young guy who's making his way up the ranks. It's sort of like the guy in RoboCop. He's the bad guy from RoboCop.
And he wants to give him a call, but like I guess he doesn't answer because he's in London. Mm-hmm. And he's really upset about this the entire time, and it causes him to have to collapse essentially. Before that happens, Rory is trying to have a conversation with her grandma about her mom, and her grandma is ignoring it completely. She's like, "Oh, it's a fun party. We don't need to be discussing those kind of things." And also just like flat out lying in the worst possible way to her guests about why Lorelai's not there. This is bad. This is like grade A bad lying to the point that she doesn't actually care.
Yeah, she's out of pocket this episode, really.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get worse.
It will not stop. She cannot be contained. So, he collapses, but I think before that is when Lorelai heads to Luke's diner. There's some, like, intercutting between these two scenes. She goes to Luke's diner to relax, hang out, let off some steam. Her and Luke have their usual back and forth. Luke does the thing where he shows that he knows her, like, way too well. 'Cause he, like... They have a conversation where he pretty much is just like, "This is why you aren't talking to your daughter, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's right. Correct." There's a sort of fun into terms that it was made in 2000s bit here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Where
he has a no cell phone sign.
Yeah, he has a no cell phone sign, and she's indignant when she goes to pick it up.
Everyone manages to agree there that they don't want cell phones, which is...
Well, it's 2000. All you could do on cell phones was talk to people and play Snake.
Yeah, I know. That's just like our lives have devolved.
Yeah. Imagine if a restaurateur tried to put up a no cell phone sign, they would be like executed.
Shot.
Yeah. Correct.
I don't think they would just be shot. Like, that implies, like, they would just do it quickly.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah. ISIS beheading.
Yeah. The Jackson family released a horrible video today.
They can't keep getting away with this!
So she takes the phone call, and I don't even think she goes outside to take it, right? Because Luke gets interrupted by some of the carolers coming in and whatever.
No, Lorelai just tells her to fuck off.
Yeah. She finds out that her dad has collapsed and he's in the hospital. She freaks out. Good guy Luke decides that he's going to close down his store. He tells everyone to leave. I don't know if you saw these extras, but they're leaving with plates of food. They're just taking his plates and just leaving.
Yeah, he's never getting that food back, that's for sure.
Yeah, that food's never coming back.
You said the food's on him, so...
It's true. So yeah, he drives her to the hospital. They have a back and forth where she's making fun of his driving, because he's going very slow, I guess.
He's a very careful driver. He doesn't want to crash and die.
Same!
Which, makes sense. I mean, that's, like...
Mood?
It's a pretty high, like, ranking thing to kill people, right?
Cars? Yeah.
I believe that people die in car accidents sometimes.
It's true. Some people die just watching the movie Cars, and that's dangerous.
Some people die watching the movie Crash.
It's true, yeah. And that's great. For them.
That was the best outcome for them.
They die at the peak of euphoria.
Watching the greatest movie of all time, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, which Crash are we talking about? I should have
I don't
clarified
know.
before I made
That's
my
why
joke.
I was.
I thought we were talking about the David Cronenberg sex
why are there
movie.
two movies named Crash? That's like a Sonic at Sonic situation.
It's true. It's like a Dune and Dune situation. Except the
Wait,
two
where's
crashes
the
could
Dune
not
and
be
Dune?
any dip. There's two Dunes.
Well, yeah, one by David Lynch and one by Venice DeLeo.
The Crash
they're
one
both-
is weirder though because they couldn't be two different movies.
Yeah.
One is about people who are turned on by car crashes, and the other one is about racism in America, but poorly told by like a white filmmaker. I'm pretty sure.
The greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, it's good times. Hey, it won an Academy Award, so it has to be great, right? They've never been wrong.
No, never. They're always correct. That's why it's the greatest movie of all time. That's what they pretty much ranked it as, right?
Yes.
What happened?
Yeah,
What
that's
they
right.
got the Oscar for.
Yeah, it was. That's the one thing people don't really talk about is that the Academy Award for Best Picture is not Best Picture of the Year; it's Best Picture of all time.
Which does not contradict. Don't ask too many questions about that, or
Yeah,
so people are going to have some questions for you. If you know what I mean?
yeah, they're big people, big executive
Yeah. people. ISIS beheadings.
A horrible video from the Jackson family today. So yeah, they make it to the hospital, not just in time to see Lorelai's mom just berating this poor nurse.
Yeah.
Um,
We are at some egregious white women levels this episode.
Yeah, she's going too far.
Having a
It should be
meltdown
punished.
for being asked for insurance information.
And I think what the show is trying to convey here is that she's emotional because her husband is in the hospital, but I feel like I still don't want to see someone yelling at a nurse.
Also, she's like 70. Someone should have died in her life before this.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think she's quite that old, but yeah.
She's like 900 years old.
Relatively speaking, yeah. To us, she is 900. So
She
yeah.
Has she
Yeah.
never visited a hospital before? What?
I don't know. I feel like maybe she's just never had to deal with this before in her life, like in terms of filling out information for somebody.
Could be.
So Lorelai and Luke are there, and she's like, There's one of a couple moments in this episode where Emily is like, "Oh, so this guy's with you, so you guys must have been on a date, right? You guys are gonna like be like together, like as a couple. You guys are
gonna insert joint A into joint B."
And like
they're like we no,
we hate each other.
Well, Luke does he waits for a second and then he's like, "No, of course not. No, we didn't. What are you talking about? What? No,
I would blow my brains out first. I would self-ISIS behead myself for touching her."
Yeah, horrible video on this week's Gilmore Girls. So yeah, they Lorelai is like, "Well, why don't we go see what Dad's up to by going through these doors here?" And Emily's like, "You can go through the doors that say don't go through," and then she does it.
And it's
turns out you can. No one's stopping you, really.
Orderlies.
Yeah, ISIS beheading by orderlies.
You know what? They've earned one.
Yeah,
they've been through a lot.
Not that bad. Video released today.
Well, it would still be very bad to watch, I think.
I don't know. I feel like someone might be like, justified.
Horrible but deserved video today.
Yeah, exactly. So what transpires next is like 3 people refusing to cope with death of a loved one. Although I guess Rory is the one coping with it the best.
Yes.
Rory is like doesn't want to lose him now because she's just like getting to know him. She reads him the paper and stuff, and that's kind of nice, like a little moment between them. Emily is trying to think about is trying to not think about how it would be like to be a widow, and Lorelai can't even go into the room. And then when she does, she says nothing and leaves. So they're all dealing with it in their own way, and things get kind of dramatic, and which is weird because the first part of the episode is kind of funny, and this is a little less funny. The only levity in this part of the episode is Luke not being able to look at people in the hospital.
Yeah, there should have been a scene where he tripped on a banana peel and slid into the burn ward. It's like, oh!
Yeah, that would have been good. I would have liked that. So everybody the Gilmore girls forgive one another, and all is right with the world. It was just what did they say he had?
He had like vagina disease or something.
Yeah, that's right. Sir, I'm afraid you have vagina disease. Not again. Angina. It was angina.
We call that the Dusty. Dad pussy.
I don't understand what's happening to people.
He had a bout of angina, and he needs to like lay off red meats and like exercise.
That's when like your chest hurts.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that's like a Stairmaster type beat.
Yeah, that's true. And he needs to get on a Stairmaster, evidently.
I think it's like your heart's not doing the best when you have it. I think that's what it means.
Yeah, you got bad heart. So they, he turns out everything's fine for the time being for him, and he's going to just stay there for a little bit. Sometime later, it is now officially Christmas time, or past Christmas time, and, I guess not Christmas time yet, but near it. And Lorelai gives Luke a new hat unlocked.
And he says, "Oh, the things I'll do with this hat."
Yeah, you won't believe what I do with this hat. I'm going to think of you while I do it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a weird hat. It's like got like this symbol of a hand, a palm holding up saying stop, and you can't really tell where the hat ends and Luke's hair begins.
Stare, why are you doing that?
Yeah, it's a very interesting hat. And the episode ends with the two of them watching the rehearsal of the procession for the Christmas dealio. And that's kind of the end of the little Gilmore Girls Christmas episode. Surprisingly dramatic. Mildly funny. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, it was alright. Also, it's fitting that we're recording this weeks out before Christmas.
Just like...
that's when they celebrated Christmas at Lorelei's parents' place.
It's true, yeah, appropriate. Luke even says who celebrates Christmas 2 weeks early, and turns out the TVT boys. That's who. But we're not doing it because of our love for the holiday. We're doing it because we're bad boys who don't respect when a holiday is supposed to occur.
And also because we were paid to.
Yeah, like a bad boy would.
We cause problems.
I do it for the money!
That's right. Yeah, I'd say it was a good episode. I'll give it a light tune in. It was maybe a little too much into the drama territory for me.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's another rousing success for the Gilmore Girls, and that'll about do it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back in the new year with more Gilmores as contractually obligated by people who pay us money to watch it. And as for that, we'll be back next week with more TV goodness. Until then, keep watching. Bye.
Bye.
It's over.
I found him.
Time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster has never been inside of a hospital?
That's right. I'm unable to die.